won't lose.
Stay focused. Ha! Uh-oh!
You rough stud!
Ha! 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 Out, out, out! Uh-oh! Ha!
Lunar light! Good job! Is it already finished? Are you ready?
Things will work out. I think.
Burning cars! Burning cars! You did it! Weak. I won't lose. Are you ready? Burning cars! Burning cars! Lunar light! Burning cars! Burning cars! Burning cars! Lunar light!
Well,
Good
that's
job!
somewhere around 81.
I guess that's it.